Hi, this is David Torgerson. Of course, here's a little market update. So this is May 22nd. So about towards the end of May of 2024. And so this is just a really quick market update, the things that have been happening here recently. Interest rates, of course, are still hovering right around 7%. That's to be expected. That doesn't look like that's going to come down anytime in the near future. You might see a little bit of a drop right before the elections. Anytime you've got incumbent president running, which is almost all the time, you'll see that the chairman of the Federal Reserve would like to keep his job. And so you'll see interest rates probably come down a little bit. They're not going to stay there for very long. That's just historical. So don't make any decisions based on that because I'm not a crystal ball guy. Let's just jump into here. So we'll look at the sales price, and this is just for Helena. It's not the entire MLS, but starting all the way back here in 2011, this is as far back as we can look. Our median sales price was $191,000. Of course, that's significantly different today as $436,000. The thing to point out, though, is that if you look at this right here, so this is about the middle of 2022. Prices kind of like peaked out, but they've kind of just been like bumping around in here, so we haven't seen like any major decreases. And of course, as everybody knows, the major price increases started about 2019. If you follow 2019 all the way up until about the middle of 2022, you go all the way from 250,000 to 420,000. It's a huge increase in a very, very short period of time. It doesn't show any sign of tapering off anytime in the near future. So then if you go to the number of listings, this is very indicative of what's happening too, is that the reason the prices are so high is because the number of our listings are so low. As you remember, what was happening here is prices started going up, starting in about, let's just say 2019. The listing volume was actually fairly high. It spiked. March 2020 was the highest that had been in quite some time, and then it did start tapering off a little bit. Kind of holding its own though, basically, like in this, 2-year period from 20 to 22. Once it got to about 22, it started cratering. So coming back a little bit, but that's probably not going to come back anytime in the near future, unless interest rates go way down, and then you'll see the number of houses on the market go way, way up because people are starting to move around again. So prices are high because inventory is really low. The buyers are still out there though. So homes for sale, this kind of is going to track the same thing as far as like new listings, right? This looks a little more chaotic. This is a little smoother, but it shows kind of the same thing. Of the homes for sale, there's only 126 on market right now, that aren't currently spoken for. If we go to pending sales, that should be declining. It is, yeah. Because of course, as the number of listings are declining, the number of pending sales should be declining. If the number of pending sales is going up and the number of sales is declining, that would be a little worrisome. Or number of new listings was going up. But all of these are tracking. It shows that there's actually still a lot of really good interest and a lot of buyers out there. Stuff is still selling for a really good price. Closed sales, of course, this is kind of going to follow right along with, the new listings. If we go back to the new listings tab here, so 900 new listings. Let's look at our pending sales, 664. So, I mean, you can do the math, over half are selling, within that first 30 days. So that's still pretty good. Closed, 693, same thing. Days on market. This is very interesting, is that our days on market actually should have been going up with the reducing inventory. And when I say should be going up, that would be if everything was accurate as far as the number of buyers in the market was starting to shrink and disappear. So you would see that those days on market should be going up, but they actually have reached all-time low of 42 days. And that's from the time that they go on the market to the time that they close. So in January 2024 is actually all-time low for median days on market. Very intriguing. So just be careful about what you listen to as far as the news is concerned, because that right there should tell you that everything in the news, as far as the market not being like air quotes good, is all. So our months of supply, that's going up a little bit. It's still really low. So 2.2 months of supply is crazy, crazy low. The big cutoff between a buyer's market and a seller's market is 6 months. So if you've got 6 months of inventory, you're going into a buyer's market. We've been in a seller's market, well, pretty much forever. You can go all the way back to 2011. Buyers really haven't had much of an advantage. This would have been the most advantageous time for buyers right here is 2015. So get 4.8, for the months of inventory. But you go down here, I mean, it is going up, but it still was only 2.2. And this is the peak of the market was 0.8, and everything was selling. This is important too. Generally speaking, everything is selling for full price. Of course, if you're overpriced, you're just not going to sell. That's a pretty good market staple. If you're overpriced, you're not going to sell. If you're priced right, you're going to sell. And you'll probably sell for 100% of your list price. And that's what this is showing. So this big spike right in the middle of when everything was going nuts, still on average, you're only selling for 101.5, so just 1.5% over full asking. So we're back to 100%. So everything's just selling for what people are putting it on the market for. Price per square foot, this is going to track right along with the sales price. It should be the highest that it's ever been. And that is accurate. So 242. It's a pretty healthy market. It's a good time to sell, really good time to sell. And quite frankly, it's not a bad time to buy either. The interest rates are likely going to go up. Inventory is going to continue to shrink down as that happens. So if you're in a situation where you kind of need to do something, this is probably a pretty good time to do it. You're just hedging your bets. Are you going to get rich doing it? Probably not. Are you going to be safe doing it? Yeah, I think it'd probably be pretty safe. Very good market though. And I hope this is helpful to somebody. If you have any questions, of course, just give me a jingle. Number that you can reach me at is 406-459-8565. You can Google me. You can find me anywhere online. Pretty transparent, pretty easy to find. We'll talk soon. See ya.